Hey guys, welcome to Mail Monday, a weekly series that's not so much about the gameplay, but instead is about your questions and my answers to them. This time we have a special guest, Dimitri.
What's going on, guys? I really think we should change the name. When I come on, it should be Mail Friday or FPS Friday. I like this better.
If you only you would be so solid to do it every Friday. You travel all over.
I've got a lot of stuff going on.
You do. Let's get to the first question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Hey Woody, I'm going to start this off by saying that you are of a great importance to me and your videos are great. I've got a problem about ponies. I'm 16 years old and I've really been into the TV show My Little Pony. This wouldn't be such a problem. I hear it's common with teen males. But I let my friends borrow my computer while I was still logged into YouTube. To make a long story short, he and a lot of my friends now know, and they've been kind of harsh about it, and I want to know what steps to take. If you don't read this or respond, I'm understanding that you get lots of letters, but if you can help, that would be great. Keep up the great work. So this guy's friends have found out that he's a huge fan of My Little Pony. What do you think?
It's pretty fucked up that he's a fan of My Little Pony. I'm not going to lie. You're 16 years old. You're a guy. You should have moved past My Little Pony and the Care Bears and whatever else, tiny children. That's like when you're 5 years old. Even when I'm 5, I don't watch the ponies, Get some Ninja Turtles in there, maybe that would be cool. I could deal with it if you were 16 and you were watching Ninja Turtles, but the pony thing is kind of creeping me out. I'm going to stick with your friends on this one. You might want to put away the My Little Pony gear and grow up a little bit.
So one of the feedback we got on the first one was didn't answer these questions seriously. And for me, part of me wants to read this and say, you know what? It is those oddball things about you that make you interesting. It is those deeper passions that turn you into somebody who is more than just your average to be ignored guy that you pass on the street. Having said that, I'm just having a hard time getting on board with the My Little Pony thing. If you told me that you were super into Dungeons & Dragons, I'd say, you know what? That makes you different than everyone else. That makes you interesting. If you told me that you were really, really into painting or guitar or something, but My Little Ponies?
Less pony, more pussy.
Next question. Hi, Woody. I'm 15, I live in Australia, and I'm a girl. I started playing Xbox 2 years ago, and guys have constantly made sexist and dirty comments. With no other words to describe it, they're acting like massive tools. I was wondering why guys think they have to act like that in front of girls. Why can't they treat me just like another guy? Any response would be amazing. Been a fan for ages. Thoughts?
The problem probably is the age group of guys you're playing with on the internet. Lots of times the people on the Xbox Live, they're 13 to 17-year-old guys. You're probably one of the few females they're not afraid to speak to, so they're trying to get your attention, and they want to fuck you, but that's a given. Pretty much any male you meet throughout life, that is his motivation. But you're just going to have to deal with it, or maybe you want to find a new group of friends. If you find some guys that are maybe 20, 25 years old, of course, 25-year-old dudes on the internet are kind of creepy anyway, so you're kind of fucked either way.
I have a few thoughts swirling around in my head. I heard this theory I think I read it somewhere, and I don't necessarily endorse it, but just check it out. Guys are nice to girls in real life. Most of the time. The reason why? There's this chance, however remote, that a relationship could form, right? And guys are always kind of on the lookout, trying to build some sort of relationship, doing their thing. Now, what if you take that chance away? What if you make it so that there is no opportunity for that, and there's no courtesy, there's no nothing. They just treat you how they would any other stranger. If this girl's not bringing enough to the table to get the guy to be, nice and sweet, without that opportunity for a relationship, then he's not going to be. Guys are going to be extra harsh because there's no chance of physical relationship. There's no chance of anything going down. I wonder if what you're seeing is how the world would treat you if you weren't this hot Australian gamer girl. Just throwing it out there. Or it's totally possible that you're just dealing with idiots on Xbox Live for which there is no shortage, and that's what you're going to be coping with if you're going to be in that environment, which sucks, but it's hard to cure. There is another thing. Some girls are all about this look at me, look at me, look at me, I'm a girl gamer type thing going on. And from your letter, it doesn't sound like that's you. It sounds like you're pretty cool and you just want to be treated like one of the guys. But if you're a girl out there and you're listening, please do not pull the everybody look at me, I'm a girl and I play video games, don't you adore me card, because it's going to backfire and guys are going to turn into the biggest jerks in the world. Why? Like I said, because there's no downside to it.
It's true. And besides, if your gamer tag is like girl175 girl vagina, the first message you're going to get is tits or get the fuck out.
Mm-hmm. I just played with the girl a few days ago, and her clan tag was L my P. Right.
I wonder what her gamer tag is and if she has a camera.
But more seriously on the girl thing, just be sure to act like one of the guys, and that's your best chance of being treated like one of the guys. If it's not working for you anyway, I don't know what to say. There is a certain amount of truth about Xbox Live guys. Hey Woody, can I just start by saying I love your videos. They've helped me with a few problems beforehand, much appreciated. So I'm a 16-year-old guy from Northern Ireland. Today at school, the hottest girl in school called me into the storage room of my art class. She's the type of person every guy in my year would love to bang. Anyway, she called me into the room and started whispering this to me. Dirty things. She undid my belt buckle, put her hand inside my trousers, and started, and it gets kind of penthouse letters from here, but needless to say, in this room, she wanted to have sex with him. He had done this before, but now he needs advice, and I'll pick up here. However, I've left the most crucial part to last. The hottest girl in our school is not a student. She's my 22-year-old art teacher. Shocked? I was too. At first I thought I was in trouble, and she said it could also benefit my grades. So I'm stuck in this situation where I could have sex with her and get straight A's and be the luckiest effer about, as the Irish would say. Or I could tell her no and act like I normally live, which lacks excitement. So this may be what I would need. What should I do? All right, Dimitri. Here's a guy who's hot 22-year-old art teacher, I presume, wants to have sex with him. Quite the quandary, huh?
You want to nail that to the wall. Like, don't hold back, like, full-on, hardcore, in the closet, in the classroom. Maybe she can drive you back to her house after school. You want to get this on. Now, what you've got to do, this is the most important part when you are fucking one of your teachers. Trust me here. You don't tell anyone. Your best friend that you've known since, kindergarten, he will fuck you over. He will mention it to his little brother, who will mention it to his mother, who will call the superintendent, who will fire the teacher, who will go up on criminal charges. You don't tell anyone. You know yourself. If someone told you this secret, you'd be like, hey, did you know Jimmy is fucking Miss Gardner back there in the ass? You would tell someone. So you don't tell anyone. You lay it to the teacher. And I don't know how hard it is to get an A in art class. I wouldn't really worry about that. But take the pussy.
I knew a girl in my high school that was sleeping with one of the teachers. Swear to God. I never told anybody. In hindsight, maybe I should have. But she was like one of those... You know, you go to high school and there's that girl who's just, for some odd reason, like crazy mature in comparison to all the other students, including me. She was that girl. And she was sleeping with one of the teachers. And it was like, she seems to know what she's doing. So I didn't have a problem with it. The me of today kind of does. Like, he's 16, she's 22. There's this power imbalance there. I don't understand why a 22-year-old would be interested in a 16-year-old. I don't understand. Like, I think he's always going to be sort of, I don't know, like, lucky to have her. And there really should be
He is lucky to have her. Don't forget about some sort of normal 50-50 relationship. It's all take. There is no give here. I don't know why she likes you, but she does. That's all that matters.
So, like, the me of today is like, don't do this. This is not a real relationship. Only weird things can come from this. But the me at 16 years old... I would have nailed that to every wall and cabinet in the school.
Yes, you don't listen to Mr. Gamertag. You take the pussy. You have a great time.
Ah, this is just bad advice Monday. We have one more here. All right, here's another one. Woody, I know that you're friends with FPSRussia, and that he has inside information on Black Ops 2. Is there more that he isn't telling us? You got anything?
Absolutely. It was a lot of fun working with Activision. I got to play the multiplayer, play the single player. You know, it looks really good, and there's one thing that everyone needs to know about Black Ops 2. It turns out that...
And gosh darn it, right there is where the audio cut out. So I'm sorry. I wish I could have shared you with everything I learned. But two videos you may have missed. The top one is my microwave series, which has been tremendously popular. I've made it a show. I'll link it up for you guys. I'm sure that you'll like it. The bottom one is Woody's Gamertag versus God of Death, sort of, best of 5 series we had. This is the final game because it was 2-2 after the first 4 games. Awesome stuff. Subscribe in the top right if you enjoyed the video, and surprise video on the side. Have a good day.